platform. He said this on your platform that he put up $1 million to get Pac here.
Yeah.
The world of hip-hop has long been a battleground of rivalries, power struggles, and whispered conspiracies, but few stories carry the weight and mystery of the saga surrounding Tupac Shakur's death. At the center of this decades-long enigma is a stunning accusation from Moprim Shakur, Tupac's brother, who has broken a long-held silence to point the finger at Sean Diddy Combs, the mogul behind Bad Boy Records. According to Moprim, Diddy didn't just play a role in the downfall of Death Row Records' Suge Knight, but orchestrated the ultimate betrayal, the murder of Tupac himself. This claim, steeped in the raw tension of the 1990s East Coast-West Coast feud, suggests a web of deception involving million-dollar deals, secret recordings, and a calculated effort to reshape the hip-hop landscape. As new details emerge, from court filings to cryptic prison rumors, the story grows darker, pulling in figures like gang affiliate Dwayne Keefe D. Davis and reigniting questions about loyalty, power, and the cost of ambition in an industry built on both brilliance and bloodshed. To understand the gravity of these accusations, we need to step back into the mid-1990s, a time when hip-hop was more than music. It was a cultural force splitting the nation into rival camps. New York's Bad Boy Records, led by Diddy, and Los Angeles' Death Row Records, under Suge Knight's iron fist, weren't just labels. They were empires locked in a bitter war. Diddy, with his polished image and chart-topping roster including the notorious B.I.G., was turning Bad Boy into a global brand. Meanwhile, Suge, flanked by Tupac and a crew that radiated menace, ruled the West Coast with a mix of charisma and intimidation. The East Coast-West Coast rivalry wasn't just lyrical sparring. It was a clash of titans, fueled by egos, money, and a growing sense of paranoia. Award show jabs, diss tracks, and public confrontations kept the tension simmering, but behind the scenes, Moprim alleges something far more sinister was brewing. Moprim's claim is explosive. Diddy, desperate to break Suge's dominance, didn't just outmaneuver him in the music game, he handed him over to law enforcement. According to this narrative, Diddy set Suge up as the fall guy, orchestrating a betrayal that landed the death row boss in prison and left the West Coast empire in chaos. But the accusation doesn't stop there. Moprim insists Diddy's ambition went beyond neutralizing Suge. He wanted Tupac erased from the equation entirely. The theory, long whispered in hip-hop circles, now carries a personal edge as Moprim claims Diddy not only ordered Tupac's killing but framed Suge for it, walking away unscathed while Tupac's family and fans were left to grieve. This isn't just a story of rivalry, it's a tale of cold, calculated moves worthy of a corporate conspiracy, with lives and legacies as the stakes. What makes Moprim's allegations hit harder is his claim of evidence, specifically secret recordings that could unravel Diddy's empire. He says he's holding proof that ties Diddy to the plot, a bombshell he's yet to fully reveal. Years ago, Diddy personally called Moprim, denying any involvement in Tupac's death. But Moprim now dismisses those assurances, suggesting the truth is far uglier. The idea of these tapes, if they exist, sends a shiver through the industry. They could contain conversations, deals, or confessions that lay bare the mechanics of a world where loyalty was a currency traded as freely as cash. The mere possibility of their existence raises questions. Why hasn't Moprim released them? Is he waiting for the right moment, or is the threat of exposure the only thing keeping him safe? In a world where power and fear are intertwined, the answers remain elusive. Adding fuel to this fire is Suge Knight, a towering figure now behind bars, but still casting a long shadow. From his prison cell, Suge has been dropping hints, teasing secrets that could dismantle Diddy's carefully curated image. Last year, in a podcast appearance, he warned Diddy that his life was in danger because he knows too much. The words carry weight because Suge was there on that fateful Las Vegas night in 1996 when Tupac was gunned down. He was in the car, took a bullet fragment himself, and survived to tell the tale. His cryptic comments suggest he holds pieces of the puzzle, details from closed-door meetings, late-night deals, or moments when the industry's darker side came into focus. If Suge's whispers are more than bravado, they point to a truth that could rewrite hip-hop history. The stakes are higher now than ever, as Diddy faces a storm of legal troubles unrelated to Tupac's case, but eerily parallel in their themes. Federal charges of racketeering, trafficking, and coercion paint a picture of a man who wielded power like a weapon, allegedly building a shadow empire through fear and manipulation. Court documents mention Diddy dozens of times, with gang figure Keefe D claiming Diddy offered millions to eliminate both Tupac and Suge. Keefe's confessions, recorded in police interviews and now part of official court records, describe a world of clandestine meetings, cash-stuffed envelopes, and a bounty placed on two of hip-hop's biggest names. He claims Diddy was terrified of Suge's influence and saw his removal, by any means necessary, as the only way to secure Bad Boy's dominance. These aren't just rumors anymore. They're sworn statements fueling a case that could bring Diddy's empire crashing down. Keefe D's role in this saga is pivotal. Now facing his own trial and the prospect of life in prison, he's at a crossroads. Stay silent and take the fall, or talk and bring others down with him. Prosecutors are leaning hard, treating his words as more than street gossip. Court filings reference Diddy 47 times, with Keefe detailing alleged offers and a palpable fear of Suge's power. The question is whether Keefe will crack under pressure, trading names for a lighter sentence. If he does, the fallout could be seismic, exposing not just Diddy but a network of players who've stayed in the shadows for decades. The courtroom has become a stage where old rivalries and buried secrets are being dragged into the light, and the tension is palpable. Beyond the legal battles, there's a human toll to this story. For Tupac's family, the pain of unanswered questions has lingered for nearly 30 years. Moprim's accusations reopen old wounds, suggesting that the man who once called to deny involvement may have been playing a long game of deception. The idea that Diddy could have orchestrated such a betrayal while maintaining a public image of success and charm is devastating. It raises questions about how many others were silenced, coerced, or paid off to keep the truth buried. The industry's code of silence, enforced through fear or money, has kept this case cold for too long, and the Shocker family's quest for justice feels both urgent and elusive. Then there are the rumors of the so-called blackmail tapes, a persistent thread in this tangled narrative. These recordings, if real, could hold the key to everything, conversations that expose plots, payoffs, or confessions. They're the stuff of legend, whispered about in studios and street corners, but no one has produced them. Some say fear keeps them locked away. Others believe they're leverage, a bargaining chip in a high-stakes game. If Moprim has these tapes, or if Suge's cryptic warnings point to their existence, their release could be catastrophic for Diddy and others tied to the era. The industry is holding its breath, waiting for the moment when anyone, decides to pull the trigger. Diddy's current legal troubles only deepen the intrigue. Allegations of freak-off parties, exploitation, and a decades-long pattern of control echo the same themes of power and fear that surround Tupac's case. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former partner, has testified about a world where intimidation was currency, where silence was expected, and where crossing the boss came at a steep cost. Her words resonate with the Shocker saga, raising questions about how many witnesses were silenced over the years. Missing alibis, vanished witnesses, and careers that quietly faded away suggest a system designed to protect the powerful. Even now, as prosecutors chase leads in Diddy's trafficking case, some witnesses have gone off the radar, leaving investigators scrambling. The pattern is unmistakable. When the stakes are this high, silence is often the safest option. Suge Knight, ever the provocateur, hasn't stayed quiet. From prison, he's taken shots at Diddy's persona, mocking his aliases and warning him to toughen up for what's coming. It's a mix of bravado and bitterness, but beneath it lies a deeper pain, the pain of betrayal, of a rivalry that cost lives, and of an industry that chewed up its pioneers. Suge's warnings carry weight because he's one of the few still alive who saw the inner workings of that era. If he's ready to talk, the secrets he holds could upend everything. But like Moprim, he's playing a careful game, dropping hints without laying all his cards on the table. The question is whether he's holding back out of strategy or fear.